students, welcome to EVS class. Today let us continue this natural resources. In a previous class you have learned about solar energy and soil, and we have learned two types of solar natural resources, renewable resources and non-renewable resources. And today one of the renewable resource, we are going to learn one of the renewable resource, that is forest. Forests, if we imagine forest is what we know, that we will be getting the big trees and only trees we imagine in the forests, right? And forests are natural habitat for animals and plants, and forests provide us many things. Forests provide us many things. What are they? Tree house. Okay? Tree house we get from forest, and we get many precious herbs or medicinal plants which are very useful to us. We get medicinal plants. And we get very fruits and flowers. We get flowers, and we get jute items. We get some jute. With the help of jute we get many items, and we get wax, and we get wood. We get wood from forests, which are very useful to us for furniture or building materials. And we get honey. We get honey, and we also get many things from these forests. Forests are most essential part of the nation. Whichever country has more forests, it will develop fast, because forests are very useful for environment. They give us good oxygen. Okay, let us learn about forests uses. Providing us many useful things, which are they? We already know that honey, wax, flowers, fruits, medicinal plants, food, etc. And forests are the habitat for tribals, and they give the shelter for tribal people. Okay, as you know already that forests are habitat for animals and birds, and tribal people, their lives are in forests. And forests control the soil erosion. Where there are more trees, we can control the soil erosion. It controls the soil erosion. And trees give us good oxygen, and it controls the quality of the atmosphere. Where there is a good oxygen, our atmosphere is very good. And forests are very useful to us. When I was studying, I came to know that forests are very important in our development in our nations. As you know that USA is very developed country because they have some 40% of the forest to them. We have some 22% of the forest in our nation, and Russia has some 70% of the forests. They have more forests, and they have good atmosphere. Now forests are very useful to us, but humans are destroying these forests through many activities like industrialization and urbanizations. There will be many layers now. Now we see in the Bangalore there are only concrete forests. We can't find any forests now. They are going to vanish and they are destroyed. We can make this forest as we know that plants are reproducing and we can protect the forest, isn't it? Now, government has made some amendments. Government has made some amendment in the 1988 to protect the forest. Governments are conserving the forest. Let us know more about conservation of forest. Conservation of forests is the practice of planning and maintaining the forest areas or restricting the forest areas, and forests can be conserved by restricting unnecessary felling trees and tree planting and proper usage of forest products, or cutting down the tree branches which are causing forest fire. And students, for many things there are many illegal activities in the forests. They will cut the precious trees or they will kill the animals. To restrict these activities, we have forest department. Government has made the amendment National Forest Policy in 1988 and they have restricted some forests. All forests are restricted areas and they will protect the wildlife also. Now as we have national parks like Bandipura or Bandarghatta, and we have some village panchayats and local community to protect these forests. In a village and all there will be a Gomala, right? So there nobody can cut the trees or nobody can occupy the place. Okay, forests are now restricting areas. So forests can be conserved by restricting unnecessary felling trees and tree planting and proper usage of forest products. And there are many movements have taken place to control this deforestation. When we are very developing countries and we have to make many projects, okay, and we will do mega projects for this dynamic or any researches. We need a projects, and whenever we are building the dams, we will cut many forests. So to control this deforestation, we have many movements were there like Chipko Chalvali and Appiko Chalvali, and there are some people who are protecting the forest. In our Karnataka, we have a special lady, or we have one Vriksha Mata called Salu Marada Timmakka. And let us know about her. What is her contribution in planting trees? Let us know. Salu Marada Timmakka. She is the proud daughter of our Karnataka. She is called as Vriksha Mate. That means mother of trees. This Salu Marada Timmakka is living in Ulikallu village near some Tumkur, and she has planted many trees along the highway and banyan trees along the highway, and she was watering them every day, and she was very concerned about trees and environment, and she treated the trees as her own children. Okay, and due to this concern of environment, towards environment, she has received many awards like Nadoja Award, Kannada Rajyotsava Award, and Indira Priyadarshini Vrikshamitra Award of India, and Parisara Ratna Award. Many awards Shalumarada Timmaka has received, and she is the proud daughter of Karnataka. She is uneducated, but she has the more concern about environment, and we have to be very proud about Shalumarada Timmaka, and we also should be very concerned about environment, students. Okay, now we have learned about renewable resources. Now let us know about non-renewable resources. Okay, one of the non-renewable resources. Fuels are one of the non-renewable resource, and fuels are substances which releases heat and energy on burning. And we use fuels for many purposes. For example, what do we use to run vehicles? What fuel we use to run vehicles? What do we use, students? Yeah, petrol, diesel, right? And what else? Kerosene. Okay, this we use to run a vehicles. For cooking food, to cook food at home, what do we use? What fuel we use? We use kerosene and natural gas and coal. Okay, now petrol, coal, natural gas, these are called fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. Let us know how these fossil fuels formed. Fuels are formed by remaining extinct plants and animals buried under the earth crust over the million years. And the main fossil fuels are petroleum, okay, natural gas, and coal. These are the main fossil fuels, and which formed by remaining extinct plants and animals which were buried under the earth crust over the years. Now let us know about this petroleum now. Petroleum is one of the fossil fuel, and it is one of the non-renewable resource, and this petroleum is very important in our lives. And as you know, this is the fuel for running vehicles. Without vehicles, can we imagine our lives? It is very difficult. Petroleum is one of the non-renewable resource, and this petroleum is formed by the action of bacteria and heat and pressure on the dead organism buried under the layers of the rocks. Okay, and this petroleum's byproducts, we will get petroleum. What we use for vehicles is petrol, and this petrol is one of the byproduct of petroleum. And what we use for vehicles, petrol is different. When we refine this petrol, we will get petroleum. We will get the petrol. See the picture of petroleum, and this petroleum's byproducts are petrol, diesel, okay, wax. Okay, and paraffin and paraffin. Okay, petrol, diesel, kerosene we use in the running vehicles, and for cooking we use kerosene. And what about this wax and paraffin? Where do we use them? We use this paraffin and wax for making candles. Wax we use for making candles, and for paraffin we use for wood polish, where we make wood polish, and ointments to make ointments, dyes, and lipsticks. We make lipsticks from this petroleum byproducts, where we use vaccine and paraffin to make lipsticks, or for wood polish, or we make dyes, and we make for many chemical fertilizers we use them. And we use this paraffin or wax for making Vaseline jelly, which we use for to moisturize our skin. Okay. Next, we will learn about natural gas. We will learn about natural gas. Natural gas found in the petroleum wells, and compressed natural gas is used as an alternative for petrol and diesel. Now, for auto and cars, we are using natural gas. Gas cylinders they are using for running autos, and this is alternative for petrol and diesel. And what do we use for cooking at home? LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. Liquefied petroleum gas we use at home, and this natural gas is used for cooking, and it is found in the petroleum wells. Next we learn about one more fuel, fossil fuel, coal. Coal is one of the energy resource and non-renewable resource. And students, this coal will not form in very short time. It takes millions of years to form as a coal. How did this coal form? In the millions years ago, the remaining plants and animals which were buried beneath the earth crust, and they did not decay completely due to the high temperature and pressure, they turned into coal. Okay, and it has taken the millions of years. Okay, what it has formed, we have to use them, and it takes millions years to form, and it is one of the non-renewable resource and one of the fossil fuel and one of the energy source of industries, where they make fertilizers, cosmetics, where they make plastic, and in the production of electricity, coal is very important to us. Okay students, and it is one of the non-renewable resource, Now we have learnt about petroleum, natural gas, and coal. Coal is the solid fuel. Okay, and coal is not harmful for the environment. It is not harmful for the environment. And liquid fuel is what is liquid fuel, students? What you learn? Petroleum. And gaseous fuel is natural gas. Now we learned about fossil fuel. The main fossil fuels are petroleum, natural gas, and coal. Now let us learn about minerals. Mineral resources are formed in the earth as a result of prolonged natural scientific process. natural scientific process we can say. They also take millions years to form as a minerals or a metals. Okay, and they are available along with the rocks in the surface of the earth. And these minerals are extracted from their ores. They are extracted from their ores. They are not available in the form of metals what we use. We have to extract them from their ores. We have big industries to refine or extract these metals from their ores, like separation of iron from their iron ores, and minerals like aluminium, copper and silver are extracted from their ores. And these minerals like iron, silver, gold are very important resources in our daily life, and it is very important to progress in our country's progress. And we use this iron for everything. As you see, we cannot see a place without iron, like furnitures, vessels, or building materials. Many things, mega machineries are made from iron. Okay, these minerals resources are very important. So we have learned about non-renewable and renewable resources, with natural resources which are in the nature. They are naturally in the nature. You have understood, students. Now, nowadays, the human resource also called as a natural resource. And now for example, Indians are very intelligent, we say, and human resource nowadays human resource also we can call as a natural resource. Their talent, their ability also called as a natural resource, students. These natural resources are there to fulfill our needs, and they will help in our progress. We should use them moderately because they take millions of years to form, and we will use so fast. Means they will finish, they will exhaust, and it is difficult. We can't imagine without our lives without natural resources. Okay, students, thank you.